This is the BBQ Central Show Archives. The BBQ Central Show airs live each Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and is brought to you by the BBQ Guru, makers of automatic temperature control devices, and a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. Visit them online at thebbqguru.com or call them 800-288-GURU. And by Big Poppa Smokers, creators of fabulous rubs, online retailer of grills, accessories, apparel, and creators of their own barbecue contests. Visit them online at bigpoppasmokers.com. And by Butcher Barbecue, creators of injections and rubs, sweeping the nation, doing well in competitions and in the backyard. You can visit them at butcherbbq.com. And by Stephen DiFranco Jewelers, official jeweler of the Barbecue Central Show. Call 440-943-2700 and use key term barbecue brother when you talk to Steve, or visit them online at StephenDiFranco.com. And by Green Mountain Grills, one of the best pellet grills you can get on the market today, varying sizes, not only for your capacity of cooking, but for your budget as well. Visit greenmountaingrills.com for more information. And by El Diablo Mustard, looking for a little bit of heat and flavor in regular old yellow mustard, El Diablo has you covered. 6 different flavors to choose from currently, and you can find them at eldiablomustard.com. And by CookinPellets.com. Have a pellet-driven cooker? Why not try out some of the best pellets on the market and will not void any of your warranties, by the way? CookinPellets.com is the website. And by Cookshack, a premier manufacturer of electric and pellet-driven cookers, giving barbecue classes located in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Always running some kind of a special deal. Check them out at Cookshack.com.
This is Maddie Rempe from Cleveland, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and oh! Should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Good evening and welcome to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show. That's right, it is the show that talks about all things important in the world of barbecue and grilling. We broadcast live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. It is the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I am your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evening. Should you see fit to jump in the grandioseness of the show, more than happy to have you. It's a call, 216-220-0966. It's an email, greg@thebbqcentralshow.com. Anything else you want to find out about the show, you can visit the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And it's all listed there in fine and succulent fashion. Lots going on tonight. Racing to get ahead of the proverbial game here. Here's what's happening in case you didn't get the newsletter. Let me interest you with this. In about 13 minutes from now, a lot of people know her as the PR maven of the barbecue industry, Jennifer Brand of Brand Solutions Group. We will be talking about the little thing called the American Royal. It's an up-and-coming first-time competition this year, ladies and gentlemen. Heard it might catch ya. We're going to be talking about that. Coming up at 9:14, you saw it as Richard Parker from IBQ'n. Nope.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Last second adjustments on Rich's side. So unfortunately, we will not get the Grand Champions recap of how the win went down this past weekend in Bentonville, Arkansas. But it's like 1A and 1B in horse racing. How about the guy that's like the face of Sam's Club Series? Michael McDermott will be dropping in, last second fill in for me, which I appreciate and adore. McD always helping a barbecue brother or sister out when times of need are great and exponential. So we will get a guy who called the action, announced the winner, carouse the field during the cooking times. Also on display himself, if not one of the hardest working men in the barbecue, in the business of barbecue. Perhaps one of the few guys actually making a living in barbecue doing what he's doing. I'm not talking about pitmasters. I'm not talking about owning a restaurant. Nothing like that. Rub sauces, all that. This guy is just in the business of barbecue. Products, pitchman, Sam's Club face, one-off host of competition. I mean, whatever. He's making it work. He'll be joining us at 9:35-ish. And then we will move to the second hour. And let me say, few people coming to my stage make me nervous. I'm not saying this guy makes me nervous, but because the nickname is The Legend, I want to make sure I'm on my A game. Of course, you know I'm talking about Mike Mills. Yep. So Mike has been on the show before, years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years. I did an in-depth segment of moist cooking environments versus dry cooking environments. Mike Mills was taking up for the humid cooking, or the moist cooking environment. Mike Davis from Laudable Barbecue, Mr. American Royal, by the way, that's my nickname for him, was taking up for the dry environment. We had a lively back and forth. Well worth going through the archives, punching up Mike Mills, listening to that whole conversation. But this is the first time that I have had a chance to sit down and do some type of a long-form interview. So, I mean, you know me, I'm going to want to run it back. We'll see how Mike got into barbecue. Maybe he wasn't around it like growing up. Maybe that wasn't a thing for him. Then he got into it a little bit later, and I mean, now look what it's gone into. I mean, he's one of the most revered competitors on the competition scene. Won Memphis in May 3 times, won the Jack Daniels. He's won the Jack Daniels sauce contest. I mean, he's won it all. He's a barbecue Hall of Famer. Had a partner in barbecue crime, new Hall of Famer, Pat Burke, 2014 inductee. We'll probably talk about Apple City Barbecue and that whole team. And two of the biggest pitmasters ever in competition barbecue. And I'll be talking to 50% of them tonight, that being Mike Mills. We might go 2 segments with Mike. Otherwise, it's open to you. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Your ways to get involved with the show. If you're on the Facebook or the Twitter, whatever kind of social media you use, let everybody know. A couple different websites to send them to. Audio side, thebbqcentralshow.com. Video side, outdoorcookingchannel.com. If you have internet protocol television like a Rabbit or Roku, go to the App Store, look for Outdoor Cooking Channel in the App Store, download it. You'll have all the archives of every show that's on Outdoor Cooking Channel. You will also have the ability to click on the live stream, which is your very first option. I think I'm actually highlighted first. Maybe not. Then the live stream, you have to click over to the left. I could be wrong. At least that's how it is on my Roku. Your mileage may vary, but you get all the shows there, plus the live stream availability, so you can sit here and watch the show right from the comfort of your couch, sipping adult libations and taking in the fun and frivolity of the Barbecue Central show every Tuesday between 9 and 11. Don't forget, this is a live show. If you're tuning in right now, this is actually happening. This isn't like pre-recorded and mysteriously you've backdoored in like you're trying to hack my computer with a virus. No. It's a live show from 9 to 11. We do it live. Right here in the Sea Towns. Still huge reaction coming from the Chicken Roundtable. A couple weeks ago, of course, Dave Bosca, Robert Vanderripe, and Travis Clark made up that panel. Went hot and heavy into the chicken, the preparation, purveyors, What kind of knife work are they injecting? Are they brining? Temperature times of pits or temperatures of pits, cooking times, internal finish temperatures, seasoning after the fact. How are you boxing it? A full-blown hour of chickendom. If you missed it, go back to the archives and take it in at your leisure or check it out on the video. A couple different places you can get archives of this show. You can subscribe to the audio on iTunes. Just search for the Barbecue Central Show. You can go to my YouTube page. If you're watching on the video, it'll scroll over here in the lower third here in just a second. .com/BARBECUE, the numeral 4 and the letter U, Barbecue for You. Outdoor Cooking Channel has all the video archives, of course. And then, as I always say, the main clearinghouse of anything audio, video, podcast, or otherwise of the show, the main website, the BBQCentralShow.com. I want to personally thank Patrick Paquette for stopping by last week. That was absolutely amazing. My man literally plotted out Cleveland and stopped by the show. Blew off the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think because I gave it a bad recommendation. But look, if you come to Cleveland and you ask me, should I go to the Hall of Fame? I'm probably going to say no. Well, why would you say no? Have you ever been? No, I've never been. Why haven't you been? You live there. Good question. Let me ask you something. You ever been sitting around the table and somebody takes a bite of something and it's obviously terrible in taste, texture, and tenderness, and they go, oh, this is awful. Here, you taste it. You taste it. What? I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to taste something that's bad. And what if 5 other people around the room taste it and they say it's bad? I'm definitely not going to taste. Same thing here. Everybody that I've ever known that hits the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame says it's a loser. I have better things to waste my money on than losers. It's not me. And it's not free. If it's not free, it's not me. Rule number 3 of the show. Rule number 1. Rule number 2. Rule number 3. All right, folks, before we get to Jennifer Brand, let me talk about the longest-running sponsor of the show, located in Warminster, Pennsylvania, the BBQ Guru. Respectable finish, by the way, Sam's Club National. If you have been thinking about automatic pit temperature control devices or cookers, stop here. This is the company that started it all when it comes to the auto pit control stuff. They are the creators of this technology, not anybody else. Don't get fooled. Don't get tricked. Dave Bosca is correct. Rule number 1, no names, please. What's rule number 2 and rule number 3? Anybody? If you're not familiar with how these little beauties work, I'm not going to get into the minute detail, but imagine a product that allows you to set your temperature in one set. It keeps it running at that set temperature all the way through the cook. Sound too good to be true? It's not. This is real-life technology. You can take advantage of it today. If you're a busy working professional like me now, or perhaps you're constantly on the run with kids, doing errands, taking kids to softball and volleyball practice. Quite frankly, you just don't have time to set around and tend pit temps. I get it. The Guru allows you to throw on a pork butt or a brisket, a couple slabs of ribs, then you're off to do whatever it is you need to get done. And the Guru maintains that pit temperature you set it at. There are currently a number of different models to choose from. CyberQ Wi-Fi selling like hotcakes. Also, on the other side of that, CyberQ Wi-Fi is probably going to be the most expensive. Least expensive, or the easiest point of entry. Least financial investment. Party Q at $149. This thing goes from cooker to cooker. You have a couple different options. You can go on the ceramic styles. You can go the bullet styles. You can go on the kettle styles. You can even go Offset Jones if you want. For $149, forget it. If you're in the market for a cooker, Onyx oven, right there too. Really, this is stuff that you want to look at, hot and heavy. Do yourself a favor. Head on over to thebbqguru.com. Check out all their products. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give them a call. Look, I understand. I'm easily overwhelmed by information. A lot of things to choose from there. You want to make sure you're outfitted with exactly what you need. They're going to do it. When the box shows up, you can unbox, install. You're ready to rock and roll. If you have questions after the fact, customer service top-notch. 800-288-GURU. 800-288-GURU or thebbqguru.com. Man, I am pumped up about the show tonight. Mike Mills is coming on at 10 o'clock. What? I am pumped. I'm ready to go. I'm shot out of a cannon. We are back with Jennifer Brand to talk about the American Royal 35th version anniversary. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the BBQ Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the BBQ Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. 216-220-0966. Greg at the BBQCentralShow.com. This portion of the show being brought to you by the Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour. That's right, $500,000 in cash distributed over the course. The series wrapped up this past weekend in Bentonville, Arkansas. I will recap that a bit more top of the second hour, prior to Mike Mills. To find out who won before I dish it out at 10 o'clock, mosey on over to kcbs.us/Sam's Tour. For those that are wondering, rule number one of the show, as Dave Bosca pointed out, no names, please. No names. Rule number two of the show. Anybody? Anybody? Rule number two of the show. Life lesson. Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. Why would you ever want to get hooked? Don't get. That's rule number two. Rule number three of the show, of course. If it's free, it's me. Yes, of course. Come on. Those are your three rules of the show, and we'll add more rules as life goes along. All right. So thanks again to Sam's Club for that fun time this series. We'll look forward to doing it again next year. Look, we're officially in the heart of big competition barbecue season. Again, this past weekend was Sam's Club Royal. Next weekend, believe it or not, we got Jack Daniels after that. Hold on tight, boys and girls, because we're coming in hot and heavy with the big gun competition. Speaking of the Royal, no better person to talk to about that event than the proprietor of Brand Solutions Group. We welcome back to the show, Jennifer Brand. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. I am so excited. Not tired quite yet. We got 4 more days to go. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like a whirlwind, right?
Absolutely. It's the largest one. We always say that every year. We have the world's largest barbecue, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. So again, world's largest barbecue.
Well, so here's the question that perhaps is begging to be asked. When, I just lost you.
You're moving my Skype video around.
I know.
Okay.
Sometimes it works outstandingly well, and then other times you got to make adjustments on the fly, and it doesn't work outstandingly. Nevertheless, if next year, because it grew again this year, if next year it wasn't the biggest barbecue, do you become leery, scared, wondering what has happened? And when you have year after year after year growth, or do you really not see any potential of that happening?
I can't see, never say never, right? But I really can't see any time in the near future us ever saying that again, because we have, I think 568 teams so far this year, and we're running out of space. There's already a waiting list. So if anybody drops out for whatever reason that may be, we have plenty of teams waiting in the wings ready to take their spot. And it's been like that for years. So we borrow land and rent land on the perimeters to kind of add more teams in. And they've got a whole good staff of people kind of working around the clock throughout the year, figuring out how can we squeeze in a little bit more here and a little bit more there, but still do justice to the teams that have been there for years and years. So yeah, to answer the question, I think we're going to keep getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger every year that we grow.
I'm not familiar with exactly how the literal landscape is set up, but is there unused land anywhere around there that the organization or the American Royal entity would want to buy up and mow down just as flat competition land?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, sure, right?
There's some railroad tracks. So kind of the cool special part about it, it's in the old historic stockyards of Kansas City. So the Royal's been around for 115 years and really got its base as agriculture and livestock, which is the heart of Kansas City. So the railroad tracks came in, the railroad trains came in to take the cattle and the beef and the pigs and the sheep all across the country for years and years and decades and nearly over a century. And then it had a big flood. I forget what year it was, but the historians will tell you. And kind of demolished those little river bottom areas down there. So the American Royals owned that property for a long time. And they built Kemper Arena. They have a big sports arena there. Yep. There's a lot going on in Kansas City about whether to keep that or tear that down or build that over. You guys can Google that and see what's in the news about it. So for what I see of the next few years of the barbecue, it's always going to be on that same property in that same spot. Unless something happens like it did to Memphis in May a couple of years ago and just torrential rains come in or whatever, Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, might have to put it somewhere else. But it's always been right there on the grounds. 54 acres of 54. Barbecue.
And then, of course, this is the 35th year of the World Series of Barbecue. Before maybe I ask you, a little brief history of how it got started, like how are you involved with the American Royal yourself?
So I grew up born in Tennessee, so raised on that Memphis barbecue, but mostly after my teenage years lived in Missouri. And everybody all over the state talks about the American Royal, mostly for the rodeo or the livestock. So I kind of grew up in the horse world and always heard the amazing things about the American Royal. And went to law school here in Kansas City, so I got to experience it firsthand for myself as a paying customer. I loved the rodeo and watching the cowboys. That's totally fun. On the bull riders. But other than that, the barbecue is kind of not totally in full swing, but had been around for 10 to 15 years or so at that time. So maybe 5 or 6 years ago, my buddies at Pork Barrel Barbecue, we're going to compete at the Royal for the first time. And I said, shoot, yeah, I'm going with you. That's Kansas City. That's my turf too. Let's do it. And of course, we were really good about having the TV cameras around and doing a lot of marketing for them. The Royal kind of saw that and said, maybe we could use some of that Jen brand. Come help us. So I've been doing it with them for a few years now. And I absolutely love it. I mean, they're good people. They have a good cause. It's different than any other contest I know. I mean, there's a lot of guys listening tonight who put on contests or they're contest organizers and have competed in contests across the country. And some of them have, scholarships that they raise money for, or they do it for a charity or for a donation. And I just think that's amazing. There's some that do it for profit, and that's totally great. But to have something with such a rich history in Kansas City where barbecue really all got started in the United States anyways, everything they do is just raising money to give it back for kids and youth and agriculture and hopefully to get them into barbecue too.
Absolutely. So in regards to this specific year, is there anything new that's going to be happening, or is it going to be kind of the same old thing that's been going on?
There is going to be a lot of the same old thing for sure, because we like tradition and everybody kind of knows it. It's a home. It's almost like a family reunion for people in barbecue. So that's not changing. That's going to continue to be richer and deeper every year. There are a couple new things. I think we've listened to a lot of the people over the years say, when you do the invitational, they have to be invited to participate. And we think maybe people should also have to do the open. If they're going to come here for one contest, why not just do both back to back? That makes it a little more fair and kind of more even playing field. So we listened. We've heard that kind of bubbling up for the past few years, and the contest organizers this time said, yeah, let's do both. If you are in the invitational, then you're obligated to cook in the open as well. So it is 2 days of back-to-back intense competition for them. So that's on the barbecue side. For the fans, I think we estimate about 80,000 people coming down this year, kind of on average, depending on Mother Nature and the weather, right? But this year, a lot of contests kind of get stuck with how do you say you can come down and you can be around barbecue, but it's going to cost you money to eat it.
Yeah.
So we've heard that. And, you do want to have vendors. They do want to sell their barbecue. So we opened it up to any teams this year that wanted to vend. They had to pay $250 just so we could kind of get the paperwork through the health department. Really, that's just a wash for the Royal. But anybody who wants to vend their barbecue can do that. So if you're coming to the Royal and you want to do that, I think we've already passed the deadline for it, but we're trying it. It's new this year. That way the fans can come, and it's kind of like, we say we're kind of like the NASCAR of barbecue.
So you can go to somebody's site, and if they have like a sign that says we're allowed to vend, then you can buy their barbecue.
Yep, you can buy their barbecue. So hopefully the teams that do it, if they want to make a little extra cash while they're there, that's great. Some people, of course, if you go to a barbecue contest, you kind of see people giving it to their friends and family, and I get a few little nibbles every now and then. But for the teams that are there who want to make a little extra cash on the side and promote it, some of them have restaurants as well, so they can kind of get the word out that way and have people sample it. So as long as they paid the fee and are approved to vend, then absolutely. So we're going to try that and see how it goes.
So this kind of dovetails nicely into the next question. So if you're allowing teams to vend, the Royal is, maybe aside from the Houston Livestock and Rodeo event, is well known for the outrageous parties and drinking and drugs and crazy madness. It's going crazy. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, huge parties, right? So if you're a first-time team and, okay, I got my stuff in and I'm going to vend, and, oh, my God, there's going to be a huge party. There's going to be all these other teams there. I mean, easily can get lost in the mix, and all of a sudden you crap the bed, you do poorly in the competition, you go home ashamed. So, someone who's been around it and a lot of these teams, and you know them from going to like a podunk competition all the way up to these huge competitions. So, what's your advice for first-timers at the Royal, whether it be team or maybe even just a spectator?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, so two. One off the top of my head, just kind of a fun side of it. If you do have a little too much to drink and have a little party, because we are known for the party on Friday night, especially for the guys who are not cooking the invitational. They have time to kind of get settled in and enjoy being around their neighbors. The next morning, we're going to do something kind of different this year. We're going to have a Bloody Mary mix bar. So I know there's a barbecue team called Ubon's based down in Mississippi, and they have worked with us to kind of give us some of their Bloody Mary mix. So support the barbecuers who are doing that as well. So that's one part of it. I would just say drink carefully and plan well. But other than that, other than the party side of it, the best advice for the newbies, I would say, I know it's a contest, and I know you're competitive, and I know you want to go out there and at least get your name called or try to make it somewhere on the list of 500 and something people somewhere in some category. So yeah, go for it, give it your all, but look at the big picture. You are going to be right in the middle of the best guys and people who are going to eventually become your best buddies in the world. So make friends, be friendly, go talk to your neighbors, just go roam the parking lot of all the tents set up, and, bring a drink with you, share it with the buddy, and make a new friend in the barbecue world, because those connections are just so valuable and so sweet, so sweet.
Let me be the devil's advocate. Isn't it too much money to be carousing with these people that are looking to win? And I mean, if this is one reason why I just can't get into competition barbecue, because if I won in my first contest, I would just get absolutely slaughtered, which I'm highly competitive. So that number one. But I mean, look, in all honesty, not everybody lives in Kansas City. It's going to be a drive, whether they're coming from the West Coast, the South, or the East Coast, or the Southeast. There's going to be a lot of travel expense. You got to pay the entry fee. You got to get your meats. I mean, you know as well as anybody, it's ultra high-powered, high-end everything anymore with all these accoutrements. So there's a lot of money that people are investing here. To me, man, I would go in and put up concrete walls and everybody get out of my way, because I want to make sure that I can do my best, because I'm investing a lot of money in here. I mean, I want to meet people just like the next guy. But if I'm investing that much and coming from that far, like a lot of teams are, I might do myself a disservice by foregoing some of all of that. And I'm sure there's probably a fine line that you got to walk there.
Sure. And it's a balance, right? I mean, if you win the Open or you win the Invitational of the American Royal, that says something. That is something everybody that I know that has won either one of those contests puts it on their resume. It is on their website, and they're bragging about it on their Facebook page for years to come. It's amazing. It's impressive. But when you look at the statistics, right, one person out of 568 teams, maybe they win chicken, or maybe they win pork, or maybe they win to win the Grand Championship. I don't even know what the math comes out to that. Quick, do the math in your head. I don't know. It's some crazy percentage of a number. Versus if you go to a contest with, 40 people or 50 people, you've got 1 in so many odds compared to these. So when you look at it, one of the things I live by, it's like, enjoy the journey, celebrate the journey. So be a part of it, take it all in. And if you put up those concrete blocks and just barricade yourself in there, maybe you have a chance of doing really good on your meat categories. But when you look at all the relationships and the cool, awesome people you're going to meet along the way, then the next time you go to a contest and you get a flat tire, at least you're going to know a guy who lives in whatever state you are in to kind of come help you out. And they're going to be your buddy. Right. I mean, we see that. If you look at people's Facebook page, I think it just happened on the way to Sam's Club in Bentonville with Darren and Sherry Worth, who just were Iowa Smoky D's, who are our current Open champions. So sorry if I'm sharing your Facebook page information, guys, but yeah, I mean, those relationships, it really is a community of people in barbecue. And I know I've said that a million times, but that is such a valuable, precious thing that far outweighs any kind of trophy or any kind of ribbon.
All right, so since you've been around the contest for years in various capacities, and this is kind of a loaded question, and I, right when we're around this time of year, I love to ask you. You have Jack Daniels coming up after. You've had Sam's Club now just this past weekend. A couple other big-name competitions during the course of the year that happened. But people love to compare and contrast American Royal, Jack Daniels. If you win the American Royal Invitational, you're the best because everybody has a chance to be there. But the Jack Daniels is more prestigious because it's down here in Lynchburg and you really can't drink the liquor there that they make, and it's all, kinds of weird and mysterious. So in your opinion, why does the American Royal stand out to you versus some of the other big ones that happen during the course of a year?
Well, first, I got to say, I love the Jack. I've been there several times with teams who are competing, and then just last year I just went because they had I think it was their 25th anniversary, their silver anniversary, so they invited all the past winners back. It's precious. They call it the Sleepy Little Hollow, but that is such a precious time when you've got the best of the best guys who have made this barbecue community what it is and who are the leaders in that industry. So it is an amazing time, and it's precious and sweet down in Lynchburg and gorgeous in the fall. But I got to say, comparing it to the Royal, so the Jack, I forget the date, but about a month or so ago, they do their drawing. Yep. They're drawing out of the barrel chip or whatever it is.
They pull the bungs out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That doesn't sound weird.
They do that. So when they do that, the rules are you can have one at state championship. So let's just pick a state like, I don't know, Kansas or Missouri or Iowa, whatever. Let's say Iowa, I don't know exactly, but maybe they've got 7 different opportunities to be state champions. So one of those 7 people gets to go to the Jack. And it's just a random drawing out of the barrel. So all of those 7 people are fantastic and have the right to be there. But one randomly gets pulled, and right. It's, pins and needles waiting to see if your name gets called for it. The Royal says, you know what? If you won a grand championship, come on, bring it. We want all 7 of you. We want all the ones from Missouri, all the ones from Canada, all the ones from around the world. Bring it. Come on. We're going to put all the best of the best in the same ring, under the same pressure, and now let's see who wins. So to me, yeah, they're both great, incredible contests. And you got to work hard to get there for sure. But at the same time, I think because we're open and we say it's an equal playing field, everybody who's won a grand championship, get over here and try it. Let's see who's the best now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. When people ask me my opinions, I always weigh in favor of the American Royal simply because people have the ultimate opportunity that, as you said, if you win, you're invited. So you got to make the haul out there. Where if you only live in a state that only has one championship, you're really limited, or you're going to try and travel around to all the 7 or 8 or 9 that are in your state to hopefully win one to get a chance. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It gets a little convoluted for my taste, but I appreciate the majesty that's grown over the years, and there's certainly great cooks that make it to the Jack Daniels every year, no doubt about it. But I am a fan of the American Royal myself, and one year maybe I'll actually get there.
I was going to say, we need
knows?
to get you down there. I've been asking you to come. We got to get you out of the house, get you over here to do this with us.
Get me financially independent, and then I'll be there in October for sure. All right, so brandsolutionsgroup.com is your website. If people want to get a hold of you and pick your brain about stuff or get your take on
Actually,
on how can I get myself.
I do a horrible job at branding my own self at all. Yeah. I don't really take on very many new clients. I kind of keep it short and sweet. And now that I got the new ring on the finger.
Watch out, boys, back off.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little more picky with how I'm spending my time because somebody special over there is going to get a little bit more of it. But anyways, I think the best way probably to reach me, if you look at that barbecuemarketingmasters.com site, I still have that up. And people can just submit information on there, or bbqbrand@gmail also gets me. Not to give all the information away, but if they need to get something quick, that's probably the best way instead of going through all the corporate channels.
All right, Jennifer Brand, appreciate the time tonight. Have a fabulous time when it comes to this coming weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, have fun with Mr. Mike.
I will. Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
Jennifer Brand, brandsolutionsgroup.com. Not taking on any more clients, sorry.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. No more. Yeah, she's got a little pep. Is that what they say? Oh, man. Uh-oh. All right, well, look, this reads a little out of date. Never heard back. But we're going to be talking about one of my favorite new sponsors of the show, Cookshack. Are you a fishing or hunting enthusiast? Are you a lover of barbecue in general? Who isn't? How about a Cookshack electric smoker? Right now, go to Cookshack.com. Or you can call them, 800-423-0698. Ask them about these models. The Cookshack electric smokers, the Smokette, the Smokette Elite, the Super Smoker Elite, and the AmeriQ. These are all electric smokers that make it easy to add real wood smoke to your foods. They are inexpensive to operate. They are energy efficient. If you love smoking jerky, you will love how easy it is when you opt for the Jerky Rods accessory pack. Because those steel jerky rods are easy to use. They just slide right into the side of the smoker rack. Easy. My dad has a Smokette. He has cooked the best jerky ever on the face of the earth for like 10 years now. How long have you had that thing, Dad? 15 years, whatever it is. It's robust. It sticks around. And it's easy to operate. You can also opt for a cold smoke baffle. You can prepare smoked cheese, lock-style salmon. How about this? Get a steak, season it however you're going to like it. Get the cold smoke baffle rolling, and then jam your steak in there with some like mesquite, maybe some post oak chunks or something like that. Get a little nice smoke flavor going on it. Then, after you got a nice smokiness to it, drop it on the grill to finish. Smoked steak on the grill. Booyah! Again, the Smokette Elite, the Super Smoker Elite, and the AmeriQ. For instructional videos on how to operate these units, the jerky rods, the cold smoke baffle, anything that has to do with Cookshack, check out their YouTube channel or their cooking guide on the Cookshack website, cookshack.com. Don't delay. Order today. Get smoking. Cookshack is smoking made simple. We're back with McD right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks again to Jennifer Brand Solutions Group. She's bringing the energy He's also bringing the, hey, folks, I'm engaged. Beat it. I might be reading into it a little bit, but maybe she was saying, hey, I'm not going to be allowed to hang out with so many barbecue dudes anymore.
Get that big stuff out of here.
The fiance isn't going to dig that too much anymore, so, back off. No new customers. All right. Joining me now in what I am calling the most appreciative fill-in ever on the face of the earth is I'm gonna mark him right now. I'm going to brand him. The face of the Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour in 2014, Michael McDermott, joining me here on the show, a friend of the show, by the way. McD, what's up, brother?
How are you, my friend?
And I am doing absolutely fabulous, but probably not as good as you, fresh off a run to Bentonville where the Sam's Club, the 2014 Sam's Club National Barbecue Series culminated in the coup de grace event, seeing Richard Parker and the team of IBQ'n at the Barbecue Superstore winning grand champion. As someone who has really watched this whole event unfold this season, as you have for a number of years in various capacities, how do you score this one as a overall when you look back at the other years that have gone past?
Well, first of all, it's an intense year overall. 31 events in 32 weeks. If you think about this, that's like a community saying we're going to have an event and start planning 3, 6, 9 months ahead. But we're not just doing one, we're doing 31 of them. So from our side, it was very intense. Hopefully we eased the teams coming down the stretch here, and I came on board in Marietta and got to ride out the wave and see quite a few of these teams come to the local, the regional, and the final. IBQ'n, they came off of that really strong 700 just skyrocket score up in Michigan a couple weeks ago, and they just kept that riding that wave and just flat out 703.9776 was that score that finalized with. So just an intense group, all 50 teams. I was walking around and driving around Saturday morning, and folks were saying, I only saw 2 teams that said hi, because everybody was so focused in on their performance and what they were doing. It was a terrific scene. I also heard that about 9:30, 10 o'clock the night before, it became a ghost town, where everybody was just so focused on time to go to bed and all that kind of stuff. It was just like a ghost town, just all quiet. It was very good. I was impressed with all the teams. Well, heck, it's the largest prize pool in the world, $150,000 for one day's cook.
When you have that much at risk or up to win, it's not surprising to me to see people turn in early and not carousing the night before like maybe they would be more inclined to do with some other event, because they've got through a local qualifying event, they've gotten through a regional qualifying event, and this is where they want it to be come the last weekend in September. Was down in Bentonville, Arkansas, and people literally making trips from near and far. There was a guy live in studio last week who was making his way down to Bentonville, Arkansas from Cape Cod, for crying out loud. It was 1,600 miles each way. But I think it goes to show, the popularity that the Sam Series continues to build within the barbecue community, but the fact that it's unique. The series is unique, and I'm not saying this because they were a partner on the show for the better part of 6 months here as the series progressed. But if you look at it, there's really no other series that is like that. There's one down in Texas that I talked about a little bit, but it's not nearly as far-reaching. It's not nearly as lucrative with the prize money. For you to look at and say, hey, I won this because I did this good in a local, and then I was able to advance to a regional, and I won this thing in the finals. There's really no other event or series that's like it out there, right, Mike?
700 teams and $500,000 on the line. And I don't know if the word spread, but they announced at awards, Sam's Club's got up there. The representatives from Sam's Club said they're doing it again.
Boom! I know there was scuttlebutt rumoring as early as the beginning of this year that there was a him-haw or maybe that it wasn't going to be back, but I think, that's great news that they're committed that early already back, but perhaps it speaks to how well this particular series went off this year, and that there is room for growth and that there is room for excitement, and the barbecue possibilities for Sam's are endless because there's just a lot of Sam's clubs all over the country, and maybe next year when they plot out somebody who's been whining and complaining that Sam's never comes to my town, maybe next year they're going to get it and they can give their shot at a local qualifying event.
They covered all four corners this year, from Washington to Maine to Florida to California. So somewhere in between, there had to have been one nearby at least.
All right, Michael, so what are you doing with Sam's? For the people that don't know, for the last couple of years, you've been, I guess since, was it the inception of Sam's Club, you were doing the high heat grilling portion of it, and then this year you transitioned into what I call the face of Sam's Club and doing the low and slow, calling out the winners and kind of being the man out there. So what are the responsibilities of a Michael McDearman with Sam's Club in the new role?
Well, I was the director of the Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour. How many days are in this month in September?
30.
30. Oh, today's last month. All right. Well, that's it. The Sam's Club Tour, I am actually the person who is trying to be out there and put it on and make sure that all the teams get the logistics they need, as well as the event goes off without hitch, as well as also doing the press, the TV, the radio, and all that fun stuff, and trying to share with folks about what's going on with Sam's Club and why the barbecue tour is such an intricate part of America, as well as why Sam sees value in it, and all kinds of fun stuff along those lines.
Do you have to look to get renewed for next year as the director? Is that something that you and whoever's in charge of that, whether it be an MMA creative or a Sam's Club or a combined effort on that, do you know if you're coming back as the director next year, or where does that stand?
I'm an independent contractor, just as I have been, and hired to because of my knowledge of the tour as well as the community, and trying to do the best I can to promote everything that we love about this sport.
So you will be back as the director next year then?
I'm labeled the busiest man in barbecue for a reason. I tell you, we'll be doing some videos. Sam's is not affiliated with this, but I'm going to be doing some videos for other companies and things in the future, and whether I'm back or not will be determined in the future.
All right, fair enough. You said you are the busiest working man in barbecue. I believe I mentioned that at the top of the show.
I jokingly say that.
No, but look, I mean, let's be honest.
Not because I think I am.
You are rolling up and down the road. When was the last time you were home? 2012?
I have been spending, past 3 years, I've been spending about 9 months on the road with that Grill Master tour. And then this year I was flying in and flying out, going back and visiting a restaurant that licenses my recipes, as well as doing other projects.
When you look at
also a partner with the Steak Cook-Off Association, too. So I've got a little bit of hot and fast and some low and slow going.
I'm glad you mentioned the steak cook-off thing, and I know we've talked about it briefly in subsequent interviews, but do you think steak cook-offs are going to see the same kind of popularity over the next 2, 3, or 4 years, or perhaps those one-off style food shows versus a barbecue competition where you got to cook 3 or 4 different things? Steak cook-off, you're going to be cooking steak. At a dessert competition, you're going to be cooking competition. Do you see these formats growing even more over the next few years?
What I think is interesting about the Steak Cook-Off Association is that, it doesn't matter whether you're wanting to sanction a margarita contest, a Bloody Mary contest, a steak contest, chicken, or any other protein, veggies, desserts, however you want to go. It's that live fire competition, but people can come in, compete with what they have at the house, and it's a quicker in and out. It could be a great accompaniment with an existing competition. Some great Friday night events you can incorporate. It makes it more of a spectator sport. It's hard to watch a 10-hour brisket, and be entertained. But as far as the activities, it creates some energy around already. And then also it's a great fundraiser. It's all in how you want to solve your problems with an existing event or have a standalone.
Mike,
I always compare it to when it comes down to dollars and cents. You can win a steak cook-off on a $39 disposable grill, or you can have a $3,900 one. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the championships are usually, it doesn't matter whether it's a $39 grill or $3,900. It's all what you want to use. And also too, it's all whatever fuel. So if somebody can get the same or a better flavor out of gas, then more power to you. But I can tell you a lot of charcoal and a lot of grill grates are used in the making of those world championship steaks.
Probably it's not too bad to be able to, as Dave Bosco is saying here in the chat room, is to be able to show up at 9 or 10 in the morning and then, you're all packed up and rolling out probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon, right?
A 10 by 10 tent, easy up for shade, somebody with the back of a pickup, something like that. You can really just roll in, roll out, and it is a quicker hit and not as costly either. The $1,100 that a traveling team will spend on average to grab a hotel room and fuel and you think about those Wagyu briskets, $150, $175 a pop. Those things add up to where it almost may be a little bit more like a farm league, if you will, if you want to compare it to baseball. I'm in Kansas City right now for the American Royal. I just popped in here tonight and arrived. The Kansas City Royals are out there playing baseball. If you compare it to baseball, you've got your more intense costs of maybe the major leagues or KCBS or MBN, FBA, GBA, MABA, all those fun things, or come in with a steak cook-off and have not just backyard, but take it to a different level. Also being able to cultivate the energy about the sport, not just on a pro level where you have to spend $3,900 on a smoker,
yep,
but being able to get in and show your wares of what you do in your neighborhood as the grill master of your neighborhood or the best smoker around and be able to show off that way and see how you really measure up before you enter in with the big boys.
Michael McDearman is my guest. GetFiredUpFoods.com is his website. Michael, what's the steak website? Forgive me for not knowing it right off the top of my head.
SteakCookoffs.com.
SteakCookoffs.com. So if people are interested in maybe exploring one of those or getting their feet wet. You said you are in Kansas City right now. You're going to be obviously hanging out for the big scene that's going to be going on this weekend. Do you have, after seeing so many great teams this past weekend, I imagine a decent percentage are going to be making the trip north and west out to Kansas City. Do you have any predictions on an invitational winner and perhaps even more roulette wheelish an open winner this weekend?
Holy cow. Flip a coin and you got better chances of landing on its side than to pick a winner. It's going to be a chock full of just amazing talent. This is the World Series of barbecue and rightfully named so. You're going to have great Hall of Fame inductees. Ray Lampe, Dr. Barbecue is going to be inducted, I understand. Here's the funny part is, I just finished the bulk of my year on the barbecue circuit. What do? I take a week off and drive north from Bentonville up to Kansas City and go to a barbecue competition for my vacation.
So you're just going to be taking in the events. You're not going to be doing any work or being a pitchman for anybody up there this weekend.
I'm relaxing. I'm seeing friends and actually getting to not have to be branded. I'm lucky enough to be wandering around and enjoying myself.
Yeah, well deserved after a 9-month stretch. Doing Sam's Club and all the other stuff that you're up to during the course of the year. And, of course, we'll follow you on the Facebook, and we'll see you back here every once in a while. But really appreciate the fill-in tonight, Michael. Again, this is Michael McDearman. GetFiredUpFoods.com, SteakCookoffs.com if you want to check out the steak stuff. And I always appreciate the time, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Greg, I'll stop by the Palatial Palace next time I'm in Cleveland.
It's brand new, and it's waiting for you, brother.
Sweet. Talk to you soon.
There he is. Michael McDearman, GetFiredUpFoods.com. SteakCookoffs.com, again, is the website for the steak cook-offs. I'm seeing a little banner back and forth in the chat room that people do like the steak cook-off stuff. A lot of people getting into that. You would recall there was that one lady that did like the Sutter Home Build a Better Burger deal. She won $100,000. wasn't $100,000 payout. She won $100,000 for building the better burger. I know, different pockets, Sutter Hill, blah, blah, blah. But still, there's some of those competitions where if you got something going, win some money, fat cash. You can win the money doing that to fund your barbecue habit. All right, gang, if you are like me, and I know you are, you're looking for ways to make the barbecue and the grill taste better. I'm not talking about eating the barbecue, but the stuff that's coming off of it. It's Butcher Barbecue, folks. Get there, hurry, butcherbbq.com. What if I told you this? Dave, tell me if I'm wrong. We're still doing the trade-in, right? What if I told you this? There's a company out there, and you see injections coming to the market, all this stuff. You're like, I'm tried and true. Grass is always greener. You're dating a girl, hot chick walks by. You're like, I got to go date her. Well, then you jump over there, and you realize she's a kook. She's not putting out. I got to get back. What am I going to do? I'm screwed. I screwed myself. Same thing with injections. Think the grass is greener. You try something else. The scores tumble. The high fives from the neighbors in the backyard barbecue are far less frequent. You're like, man, well, what am I going to do now? I still have 3 pounds left of this stuff. My wife is pissed because I could have spent that money taking her out to see a movie. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go to butcherbbq.com. You're going to click on the trade-in link up there. And then you're going to print off a shipping label. You're going to send the rest of that commercially made injection that you thought, not you, but you thought was going to be better. You're going to send it to you-know-who, Dave Boston. He's going to weigh it, and then, at your request, send you back a premium injection, the prime injection, or the prime injection, the beef injection, the pork injection, or bird booster. It's all available. He will send you back his product. You name me a company out there that is taking back a competitor's products and then reimbursing you the same weight of the best injections out there right now in the market. Nobody's doing. Just another way to make his customers happy and the competition's customers happy as well. That's right. Of course, he's got the rubs. He's got the sauces, as I mention, each and every week. But this week, I did want to specifically hit something that hasn't been maybe publicized enough, or it was in the beginning, but maybe not. I want to bring it back. I'm bringing sexy back. I'm bringing trade-in link back. So you send me a copy of a trade-in link transaction that you did with Dave, like through email or something, screenshot it or whatever. I'll give you a prize from the Barbecue Central Closet. How about that? ButcherBBQ.com. That's ButcherBBQ.com. Butcher's Barbecue. Always trust your butcher. We will wrap the first hour right after this. Stick around.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, we are back. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Your email address. Michael McDearman's Michael McDearman's websites, again, for those that are wondering. GetFiredUpFoods.com. GetFiredUpFoods.com. SteakCookoffs.com. John Dawson, Patio Daddy-O Barbecue, talking about Jennifer Brand. Is she related to Robin Lindar's? I get it. I know, shot out of a cannon, right? You bet. Just added somebody to my YouTube subscription. Thanks again to Michael for quickly breaking down everything that was happening over... Uh-oh. Did I screw that up? Darn it. Hold on a second. Yeah, I did. Oh. Such a turd. All right. In the break, I will make sure I don't make a fool out of myself. That's going to be hard to do. Oh, boy. Anyway, you watch me flounder. Don't watch me flounder, but envision me floundering right now, because that's what I'm going to be doing. And you will see me on the other side at the top of the hour. We'll do a little second take segment, then Mike Mills after that. Stick around. You are listening and watching the Barbecue Central show right here on the Barbecue Central Networks.
This is Jennifer Palamas from Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is Barbecue Central.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan. So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the Charbono, dude!
Succulent fish, what?
He ate 54 wieners.
But listen, Lavernius, shake a face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
All right, just like that, we're in the second hour. Never fear, I got everything fixed. Holy moly. That was a close one. Folks, you found the Barbecue Central show. I am very happy that you have joined us. So we talk about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling here on the show from time to time. It is the place of barbecue succulents. We broadcast live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. It is the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I am Greg Rempe, your humble host, the aforementioned host. If you want to jump in on the show tonight, more than happy to have you. 216-220-0966. You can also email the show. Greg at the BBQ Central Show.com. Everything else you want to find out about the show, thebbqcentralshow.com is the main website. Coming up in 12 minutes from now, the legend, Mike Mills. Yeah, he's going to be on the show. Tell your friends. Damn green screen. Coming up on the show next week, believe it, oh my God. Tomorrow is October 1st, which means coming up October 7th, the first weekend of the month, the good doctor makes a house call, Ray Lampe. Also, we'll see if we can't wrestle up a couple of the American Royal winners. Maybe the Open, maybe the Invitational. I'm sure we can do both. I bet. Folks, as I mentioned, leading into the Jennifer Brand segment, the 2014 Sam's Club Series rolled into Bentonville, Arkansas this past weekend to wrap up the National Barbecue Series and to crown a National Grand Champion. The top 10 teams to finish this 2014 season are number 10. Travis Clark and the Clark Crew Barbecue Team. Good job. Good. Ninth place, Smokin' in the Dark. Eighth place, Smokin' Aces at the Barbecue Superstore. Coming in seventh place, currently ranked second overall in the KCBS Team of the Points, Darren Worth, Iowa Smoky D's. Darren and Sherry Worth. Number 6, Dirt Road Barbecue. Number 5, Rhythm and Q. Number 4, Shake and Bake Barbecue. Number 3, Insane Swine Barbecue. Reserve Grand Champion, Getting Basted. Congrats on the reserve. By the way, third place, 700.548. 700 is good enough to win any barbecue competition anywhere on any given weekend. It's good enough for third place at Sam's Club. Grand Champion had a total points of 701.085, so almost 701 and a tenth. That is good enough to win every single weekend anywhere else. It's good enough for second place.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Which leaves us with Grand Champion. And as Mike pointed out, a 703, literally hundredths of a point away from a 704 Richard Parker IBQ'n at the Barbecue Superstore, your national champion, your 2014 reigning national champion for the Sam's Club Barbecue Tour. 703.9. What? I do want to take this moment to say huge thanks to Sam's Club, also to MMA Creative, who actually did the buy on the show, for doing this partnership with my show this season. It has been an absolutely tremendous experience for me, for the show. Means a great deal to me on many different levels, mostly because doing business with a company like MMA Creative, a highly regarded, beyond reproach type of PR firm with what they're doing with the tribe and MMA and all that stuff, also with KCBS, what they've done over the years. And then Sam's Club as well brings a whole new level of legitimacy to the show that big business is not poo-pooing on internet media outlets. They see value here. That really means a lot to me. I'm not saying that my other show partners don't see value. I mean, obviously they do, but typically the higher up on the rung you go, the more you get scoffed at when you tell them what you do, and you're, in a palatial estate in your basement. No, I don't think we want to do that. Well, whatever. They did, so I look forward to doing it again in 2015. Congratulations on the success of the tour, and from what I hear, it's on again in 2015, so that's great. Got an email from Richard Conley. Great show. Dear Greg, great show. listen to pods religiously, have enjoyed the comp roundtables, but did not learn too much that I would add to how I cook from past ones, but the competitive perspective and how they do it was very interesting. Anything you need to know, you can learn on AmazingRibs.com. Thanks for the note. Regarding chicken, would have loved to hear what Mr. Chicken Harry Sue would have added as a commentator, since in spite of the fact that he doesn't meet the criteria, a.k.a. leading teams, as far as regular guests, Dr. Barbecue is almost as big a tool as the biggest snob and most overrated barbecue expert, Stephen Reichley. Wouldn't care if they dropped off the map or if they were never on the show again. Also would enjoy hearing from the old guys. Byron, Trigg, Mills, Kirk, et al. They would have great perspective on the state of barbecue today. And, of course, more meathead. Keep up the good work and attitude. Rich Conley. Wow, Rich. Bringing it strong. Look, I think if you go back through, listen to the roundtables keenly, there are some things that change from time to time. Maybe nothing that you're going to change on your own. I mean, I always like to try. There were some things that I tried after I moderated the roundtable of chicken that I actually tried to do. I don't know. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, of course. It is my show, so I continue to have on who I think the guests want to hear and who the general public seems to be consuming in a positive fashion. Ray Lampy does happen to be one of those. People write in every single week for Ask Dr. Barbecue questions. If that wasn't the case, I can't imagine we would have anything to talk about. And I completely disagree, which you're allowed to disagree with me, that Stephen Reichlin is a snob and the most overrated barbecue expert. Look, you're wrong. Rich, I love you as a Centralite and a loyal listener, especially on the pods. I would rather you be a live listener, of course. I am completely at a loss on how you don't see Stephen Reichlin as legitimate, but I don't think he's a snob at all. Go back. Here's the thing I think that comes across with Stephen. He is well-educated. He is a spectacular orator, and he has a firm command of the English vernacular. He's not going to swear or say them are. I mean, he's going to use big words, big descriptive words, and perhaps that might project a tone of arrogance to you, but it shouldn't. I think he is just at home with anybody, be it his house, my house, sitting live in the studio if he were ever were, or giving the Barbecue University class. He's written the most successful book in barbecue ever, with the Barbecue Bible. No, he's an expert. Now, we can differ on opinion if he's an expert you don't like. That's up to you. He's good for the show, and I like Stephen personally. I have no interest, money-wise with him. I don't pay him. He doesn't pay me to come on the show. So, hey, boom, boom. Thank you for writing in. Thank you for listening, Rich, and thank you for allowing us to trade opinions. Dave Bosca, if you are listening to get 100% change, then you need help anyway. I am glad to know and understand that you weren't in listening just to find those nuggets that would help elevate your cooking. From Dave Bosca, panel member. Folks, El Diablo is here to tell you that September is tailgate season. Pro teams, college teams. It's kickoff for the diehard football fans across the country. El Diablo Mustard wants to turn your tailgate into a blazing affair. Try adding some El Diablo's fiery habanero, roasted chipotle, flaming jalapeno, or spicy mango into your favorite tailgate recipe, and you'll add a new flavor kick that's hot and intense. El Diablo features 6 bold flavors, taste great, and are hot as hell. Try mango for that sweet island heat. Try a kick of Southwest with roasted chipotle. Try Steakhouse for a zing of Worcestershire and tangy tomato. Or make an ordinary hot dog an instant chili dog with El Diablo's Texas chili mustard. You can try that jalapeno on some hot bacon or a burger. I just did tonight. I made Bubba Burgers. We're going to have a conversation about that. Bubba Burgers are great. Suck it if you don't think so. You can try habanero for a flavor inferno. You daring types demand for all heat all day. Connect with El Diablo on the Facebook and on the Twitter for recipe tips and giveaways. Bold flavors, great taste, hot as hell. El Diablo is the mustard that bites back. The website, eldiablomustard.com. Buckle up, folks, because at least for one segment, we got the legend coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Rich Conley hitting huge in the instant chat room. Rich, you've sparked a fire. This portion of the Barbecue Central Show brought to you by CookinPellets.com, your number one source for quality wood pellets for all of your pellet-driven cookers. Will not void any warranties. Don't fall for it. Visit CookinPellets.com for more information or to purchase. This weekend, I used about 10 pounds of Cookin Pellets on my ribs and chicken. Succulent. The email address, again, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. You know, rare is the time on the show when I have a guest that needs no introduction, other than to verbalize his nickname, which is simply The Legend. He is a barbecue Hall of Famer. He has authored one of the most popular books in the barbecue and grilling industry, Peace, Love, and Barbecue. Of course, I am talking about the one and only Mike Mills, joining us here on the show. Mike, how are you, buddy? Mike, how are you? Uh-oh. Mike, you there? No. There you go.
Get that big stuff out of here.
It's fine. I'm not freaking out. I swear. Or I have the wrong number. Oh, sweet Lord. I hope I don't have the wrong number. Very embarrassing. Be like that one guy that stood in for Patrick Banks that one time. That was awesome. This is not the right number. Mike. Mike?
Get that big stuff out of here.
Hold on a second. Now I got to research the email. Internet radio show. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. All right. Let's see. What number am I calling? Ba-ba-ba. 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 This is the number I copied and pasted. This is setting up to all of a sudden be one of those awkward segments. Or the cell service isn't good where he's at. Maybe driving out to the Royal or... Hey, Angela, easy. Let's not jump off the Mike Mills bandwagon so quickly. Whoa. Call Jeff Elser. Isn't he the guy that won the FBA Team of the Year? Pardon me. Crack me up. All right, we'll give... Maybe my caller ID isn't showing up the right way. That could be it. I'm calling the right number. Maybe getting on the car. Stick the finger out. Make the cell connection a little bit better. We'll see. Oh. Don't want to do that. I'm wondering what we'll do, though, if this doesn't connect. Could be very, very tricky. Oh, no. Crap. Yeah, all right. I'm going to leave a voicemail message here. We'll see what happens. Hey, Mike, Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central show. We're supposed to be doing an interview tonight, starting 3 minutes ago, and can't wait to talk to you. Mike Mills, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hold on. I'm getting was I getting a message from somebody? No. I can't call Amy. I don't have her phone number. I have this phone number that I'm not going to say out loud. Well, call the butcher. Butcher! One second here. You know, I would love to screenshot my Skype list of phone numbers. I mean, you would. It is a who's who of who. I got a great idea. The lady that helped me put this together. Give her the hotline number. You're right, Jeff Elser. It's about that time. It's time for athlete or porn star, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! Let's do it. Oh, that would be awesome. Prank calls to the barbecue list. John Dawson from Patio Daddio Barbecue weighing in. Call Tuffy Stone. I'm sure he's available. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not available. Todd Wernicki. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Todd. Call Harry the Horse. He's always good for a laugh. Call Michael Simon. Yeah. He replies back to me on the tweeter, but never. All right. Let's do, as Jeff said, a quick round of athlete or porn star. All you have to do is call in 216-220-0966. 0966. And I'll ask you some questions. I'll give you some names, and you tell me if it is an athlete or a porn star. Where the hell is it? Oh, hold on. Here we go. How do you spell athlete? Athlete. There we go. There we go. 216-220-0966. You call up, I put you on. What do I have for a gift? I can... Hey, Jeff. Jeff, you call in, and if you win, I'll give you an easy hook. Yeah, Jeff's like, I'm not calling in. I won a prize 3 months ago, and it still hasn't showed up. I sent it. I sent 3 of them to the address. I don't know what to tell you. I have Fred Bernardo's black brisket rub that I can give away. I have a jar of Fred Bernardo's original secret sauce, which is spectacular. I have a Maryland-style barbecue sauce that I will give away. So, yeah, it's fun and it's exciting. 702, name and where you're calling from.
Jeff Elster, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, there he is. I knew you were going to call in.
No, I don't want to play, man. I've already won. I don't want to take anybody else's prize.
No. You've called. You're going to play and get 2 prizes. God damn it. All right. We're going to play athlete or porn star, Jeff. Is the background music too loud, or is it just me?
No, it's good.
All right. Great. I'm going to give you a name. You're going to tell me if it's a athlete or a porn star. You have 5 seconds to answer, or I will hang up on you and make fun of you unmercifully, and you have nothing you can do about it.
I have been here before.
All right, athlete or porn star. First name, Dallas Drake. Athlete or porn star?
Porn star.
Wow, just like that. No. Ooh, look at this. New prize up for bid. Dave Bosca's sweet barbecue sauce. Yes, sir. All right, Jeff was wrong, but that's how easy the game is. Dallas Drake, NHL player. Believe it or not. Yes, that's right. Angela Iverson. There you go. Look at you. Angela should be calling into the show. She obviously knows the difference between her athletes and her porn stars. Let me go back to my inbox to see if anybody has... wait. Wait a second. We go to the hotline and welcome the legend, Mike Mills. Mike, how are you, buddy? Hello, Mike? Mike, you there? No? Wait, hold on. Well, oh, sorry, my phone. My bad. I hit the wrong note. Mike Mills, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Mike. Hello. No. Not really, Mike. I don't know what happened. But now we're... Okay, so call 216-220-0966. You can email the show, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. We're playing athlete or porn star right now to pass the time, although we are quickly in a vacillating situation. I don't like vacillating situations myself. Area code 904, name and where you're calling from.
What's up, bud? It's Blake.
Blake Moody, baby. All right, Blake, we're going to play athlete or porn star. Are you excited?
Bring it, man.
All right. Let's see. Dave Bosca says we should do porn star or cheese. No, Dave, it's my show. Athlete or porn star. First name, Blake. Luscious Pussy. Athlete or porn star?
I'll be a porn star.
Believe it or not, no. Luscious Pussy, P-U-S-E-Y, is an NFL player. Wow. Well, let's see. How does that go in the family? Honey? I'm the lineman. Or I'm the lineman. I'm the wife. Honey? I got some news for you. Yes, what's that? I'm pregnant. What? You're pregnant? Damn it! No! Well, we're gonna have this baby. Oh, damn it. Let's give it the most heinous name ever. All right, let's get a list. Let's get a list together. Let's get a list. No, I don't like that one. Oh, honey, I've got it. I've got it. Let's call our baby Luscious Pussy. Oh, my God. Luscious Pussy. Do you feel bad for him? I mean, he made it in the NFL. I mean, you know, talk about persevering. Luscious Pussy should be on the show, and we'll talk about how he got over his name to make it in the NFL. There's a story of comeuppance there. I can only imagine. Only. 216-220-0966. You can email the show, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. If you win Athlete or Porn Star tonight, you get a bottle of Butcher's Barbecue Sweet Barbecue Sauce. So come on, call in, gang. Come on, everybody. You can win free sauce. I'm actually going to go get on the tweeter. Tell everybody free sauce if you call in and play the game. I have an easy 2 hour of prep tonight, hoping at Barbecue Central Show brings the heat like you usually do. Jason, this one's for you. Jason Ganal, GQ Barbecue Team. Shout out. And I never say shout out. All right, let me go to my home button. Free sauce. 216-220-096. And you put anything on the internet, like that's not my personal phone call, or that's not my personal number. So you ain't gonna get me. Come on, Angela, you call in. Let's show your knowledge, your vast knowledge of both athletes and porn stars. 216-220-0966. Blake Moody, unsuccessful. Jeff Elser, unsuccessful. And prize up for bid is Butcher Barbecue Sweet Barbecue Sauce. I already got one retweet on that. Don't retweet it. Call in. Too tough. You have a 50-50 chance. Oh, boy. Well, John Dawson writing in, man, that game show background music is almost like Skinnerd Freebird long. Well, yes and no. I can see it almost ending, and then I know a spot where I can tick back. And it kind of sounds like it just keeps running on a loop. But the song itself is 5 minutes and 36 seconds long. I mean, it's no... It's no Freebird. It's no Do You Feel Like We Do by Peter Frampton. Don't be nervous about the music. That gives it the ambience. The ambience. All right. Well, I'm nervous. I'm very... I don't know how we're setting up for next segment. This portion that we're blowing up in high fashion is the major section of the interview thing here. Yeah. So if I get Mike Mills now, it's going to be on the backside short segment, and I think I'm going to need more than 14 minutes with Mike Mills if we get him on the phone here. How is all of my contact people not at their phones at the ready? Outrageous. And there's another retweet. That's outstanding. All right. Let's see. There was something I saw in the news. Where is this thing at? Oh, maybe I throw them out. That's probably what I do. I probably just throw them out. No? I don't throw them out. Here we go. Come on. Give me some inbox. Well, that's not the damn number you gave me at all. Oh, Lord. All right. We're out of time. We are out of time. Maybe athlete or porn star next segment if you're lucky. I don't know what to do about Mike Mills now. 14 minutes is not going to be enough time to do what I want to do. We'll reset him for next week. Well, I can't reset him for next week because I got the American Royal. Look, folks, if you don't know by now, Big Poppa Smokers is the one-stop shop for anyone interested in barbecue, featuring a comprehensive selection of all American-made grills, spices, sauces, accessories, even a kit that gives you everything you need to make a world-class smoker out of a 55-gallon drum. Big Poppa Smokers has made a name for itself by making an award-winning line of championship rubs. The rubs have won almost every major competition barbecue event, including the 2012 and 13 World Series of Barbecue in Kansas City, which is taking place this weekend, the 2012 Jack Daniels Invitational, the 2013 Kingsford Challenge, and the 2014 Houston Livestock and Rodeo, plus many more events to be won for sure to come. BPS has also banded together with fellow California-based rub company Simply Marvelous Barbecue to form what has now become known as the West Coast Offense. Defying conventional wisdom, these two California-based barbecue rub makers have cornered the market on competitive barbecue and begun to redefine the flavor profile that competitive cooks from across the country have begun to aim for. They've even created two of their own unique barbecue competitions, King of the Smoker, which brings the best of the best in barbecue head-to-head in a back-to-basics competition. King of the Smoker, unique in the fact that contestants can only use their charcoal, wood, and wits to win one of the most high-stakes barbecue competitions around. The other competition that Big Poppa Smokers has started is known as the Guinea Pig, which is a cost-controlled competition that helps to bring in newcomers to competitive barbecue. Genius. It also features prize distribution all the way down to 10th place in each category, which helps provide incentive to get new competitors into the barbecue world. On top of all that, Big Poppa Smokers has created the unique brand ambassador program, the Big Poppa Smokers Elite Team, featuring 15 of the best competition teams in the country working together to promote camaraderie, competition barbecue, and to benefit children's charities across the U.S. Keep in mind that Big Poppa Smokers has been able to do all of this within only 4 years of being in business, turning the competition barbecue world on its ear, creating their own unique competition, becoming a staple of a nationwide restaurant chain, and benefiting the children's charities from across the U.S. It's just the beginning for Big Poppa Smokers. I actually just received in the mail a 5-pound bag of Sweet Money Rub and Little Louie's seasoned salt. Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Actually, I couldn't wait so much. I did them Sunday when I got that package on Saturday. I did the Sweet Louie. I did the North Coast Offense wings. BigPoppaSmokers.com. Stick around. We'll be right back, and I have no idea what the hell we're going to do.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
Who would have thought this music thing was going to go this far? I never asked for this. I never asked for this fast living, the women, the whiskey, craziness. There's whiskey in my soul. Hey, Bert, let's go.
I've been drifting down that open highway, finger in the air, cause I do things my way. The next town's where I call home.
Yeah.
I throw a shot glass down and a light up a smoke. Always raise a little hell, never do what I'm told. I was born with that whiskey in my soul.
With my bottle and my glass with a marble headstone saying I was a
All right, welcome back. 216-220-0966. Oh, my God. Almost forgot my damn my own number. Almost forgot my own number. Got to write this email back. When can we reschedule? We will need to rebook maybe in 2 weeks. Yeah, you know, Mike Mills. See you in 2 weeks. How do I get that wrong of a number? Only the show, man. Only the show. Team Unknown tops Oviedo Barbecue Blowout for a second year in a row. How old is that? Way old. Oh there was one other place I wanted to check out here. This is the one that Sterling Ball had mentioned. This not it? Wasn't it barbecuescores.com? Was that the one that he was talking about? The guys from Operation Barbecue Relief. Yeah, here we go. Did I not type that in right? Yeah, I did not. All right, let's see. I don't want to see my statistic. Team of the Year awards from barbecuescores.com. Overall results by number of contests cooked, 1 to 5 contests. Overall, is this up to date? Display top 10 in each grouping, but only the first place team in each category will receive the trophy. All right. Yeah. No, that's why I asked the crappy questions. Let's see. 1 to 5 contests overall currently. Christmas City Barbecue. Christmas City Barbecue. Wow. Number 2 overall is Fred Vegas Smokers. Number 3 is Too Ashamed to Name Barbecue. Number 4, Dry Holers Barbecue. Number 5, Shoot and Smoke. Number 6, Motley Q Crew. I know them. Hey, that's Guy Fieri's barbecue team. Pryorville is 7th. County Line Smokers is 8th. Big Uglies Barbecue 9th. And Steel City Barbecue 6th through 12. Let's see how that refreshes. Wild Catters Q Crew. They're a pretty big deal. Second place is Tim Full's Belly Deli. Moyer's Competition Barbecue team is in 3rd place on barbecue scores. Son of Smoke, All Hogs Sauced Up, Insane Swine, Pork McBeef, and the Cluckers Bayou Porky McBeef and the Cluckers, didn't they win the World Food Championships last year? Isn't that the guy that made cake and won? Bayou Boogie, A Boy and His Barbecue, and rounding out the top 10 in the 6 to 12 contests, Rocky Top Barbecue. And the last selection would be your 13 through 25. So this is like, right on the cut. The guys that are right on the cusp from deciding that they're going to make the jump. Looky here, currently sitting in 3rd place overall for KCBS Team of the Year, sitting atop the 13 to 25 section, True Bud Barbecue. Tim Grant and the boys and lady. Smoke Me Silly 2nd, 1-2 Barbecue 3rd. Parrot Head Smokers 4th, Pigskin 5th, Dirt Road Barbecue 6th, Checkered Pig 7th, Clark Crew Barbecue Team 8th, Shake and Bake Barbecue 9th, and Hogtied Barbecue 10th. Let me quickly go up. Guests that have been on the show this year in that list. True Bud Barbecue, yes. Smoke Me Silly, yes. Parrot Head Smokers, yes. Clark Crew Barbecue Team, yes. Hogtied Barbecue, yes. Wow. Who's not bringing you the best in barbecue right now? Come on. Name another show that's pulling that talent. I can tell you, nobody.
Get that freak stuff out of here.
I wouldn't mind getting Tommy from Checkered Pig on. And my man Scott Nelson from Pigskin. He's always fun. A real show would have been Mike Mills. You son of a bitch. Jeff, now you're really not getting that hook. How about that? Suck it. Yeah, here's another favorited my tweet of a phone number. You don't favorite my tweet of a phone number. You call in, dude. Got to call in. All right, obviously we have the American Royal that is coming up this coming weekend. You're going to have your invitational side. You're going to have your open side. Perhaps this is the year that finds both the invitational winner turning around and winning the open side. That would be something else. That would eliminate half of my interviews for next week. But after this week, maybe that might not be a bad thing. Has that been done before for the American Royal historians? Has there been a team that has won both the Invitational and the Open on the same year? Just turned right around and done it. That's what I want to know. That would be an impressive feat. A lot of people in the chat room making plans to meet up, maybe a little Centralite meetup in Kansas City. At the Royal, do a little meet up there at the spot. Other events that are coming up this weekend of note in the competition scene. You have it'll be October this coming weekend, of course. Big event going on in California, the Dana Point State Barbecue Championship. So there's going to be a lot of teams there. Of course, the 35th Annual American Royal Barbecue Open and Invitational. The Jim Beam Barbecue Classic in Springfield, Kentucky. Yes! Look at that. Jim Beam trying to get after it. Looking quickly at some of the other ones here that are of usual note. Let's see. I've been seeing a lot of canceled over the schedule this year. That's not indicative of anything other than what I hope it's not. When is that Jack Daniels competition? End of the month? Is that like a week late? Is that a week later? Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Yeah. 2 weeks' time. 24th. And 25th, Jack Daniels World Championship Barbecue. The judges are by invitation only. I still find it incredibly convoluted that the KCBS... Well, hold on a second before I make that statement. Is it a sanctioned KCBS event? Because I don't believe it has been in the past. I know KCBS goes down and trains judges and stuff like that. But I don't believe. Oh, it is. This is a sanctioned event. All right, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Get that free stuff out of here.
Well, but not for points. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Competitors series. All right. Well, that's good. Is that new? I thought for a significant period of time there was some type of a mutually agreed on thing that KCBS would provide, like judging tips, but it wasn't a real KCBS event. And maybe that changed. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just way off base. That's fine. So those are some of your big events that are coming up. Jeff Elser. I hate your guts, Jeff Elser. Top 5 teams sitting in the KCBS right now for Team of the Year. And he has been here most of the year sitting atop is Warren County Pork Choppers. Of course, that's Donnie Bray. Iowa Smoky D's, Darren and Sherry Worth is second currently, 107 points behind. 2907 is currently your number to beat. Tim Grant of True Bud Barbecue, current KCBS Team of the Year, 100 and some odd points off the pace. 1-2 Barbecue, fourth, and Smoke Me Silly in fifth place. Because I don't want to be seen as a hater of other sanctioning bodies, although I have no affiliation to any sanctioning body. In case you didn't know, we're already up. We're already up. Hold on a second. Let me get back. Your team of the year in the 2014 FBA, of course, was Jeff. Oh, my God, Jeff, you've screwed me. Jim Elser, Sweet Smoke Q. Hot Watch Chools finishing second. That was the team of the year before. Big Papa's Country Kitchen, Swamp Boys, Get Her Smoke, Blitzkrieg Barbecue, Team Unknown, Winks Barbecue, Budmeisters, and B&T Barbecue Cook Team. However, that was last year. The 2015 season for the FBA well underway, folks. And sitting atop the FBA Team of the Year leaderboard, 2 contests in and 40 points to the credit. Little guy who's seen Team of the Year before, but evidently has one of the most amazing barbecue sauces to hit the market since Blue Hog, Rub Bagby. Boom. Dana Hillis close behind, Budmeister's third, Sweet Smoke fourth, Woolly Bully Barbecue Mafia. Let me go through here. 1, 2, 3. The top 4 teams, 5 teams, have been on this show before. Yeah, that's right. Suck it. Oklahoma Smoke Barbecue, B&T Barbecue Cook Team, Black Helmet Buckshot Barbecue, Munchie's Smokehouse, Team Unknown, and Uncle Kenny's Barbecue. 3 of those are tied for 10. Here's something that I wanted to point out. I'm going to go back to the Sam's Club series. And I don't know if anybody else noticed this or not. Oh, come on. All the way down to the bottom. In the categories portion of it, in the meats of Sam's Club. Hold on. Did anybody notice the ridiculous amount of ties that were going on in the meat categories? Chicken, for instance. 2, not 1, 2 perfect scores, 180s. Then you had for 8th and 9th, you were tied. 8th and 9th, 177, 1428. 11th and 12th were tied. And then you had 18, 19, and 20th were tied. 21, 22, and 23 were tied. Then you had a huge run of 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 were tied. 35 and 36 and 37 were tied, followed by 38 and 39 were tied, followed by 40 and 41 were tied. This is just the chicken cat. What is going on? Are there that many ties? That's one category. In ribs, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, followed by 23, 24, and 25. 7 places were all tied. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tied, and then 3 tied right after that. Different scores, but oh my Lord. Then you had 169.6800, 32, 33, 34 tied. I was flabbergasted. Anybody else see that? I don't necessarily think that's indicative of anything, except everybody's doing very well with the cooking. Please tell me that Jeff Elser is delineating who the talent of the family is and who the a-hole is. Thanks for the memo, Jeff. A public service announcement from Stephen DiFranco. He's a barbecue brother. Shout out to all the barbecue brothers and sisters. From your show sponsor, Stephen DiFranco at Stephen DiFranco Jewelers, who is also a barbecue junkie. A lot of holidays coming up shortly. For instance, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, what not. Angela, are you in with Jeff Elser somehow? Like you guys married or going out? You guys steadies? How about Bulova watches? Why spend a ton of money on a watch if you don't have to? Bulova watches, stylish, affordable, starting under $200. Jeff, buy Angela a Bulova watch starting under $200. Chronograph, skeletons, traditional styles, all part of the line of timepieces for Bulova. The Precisionist. Want the most accurate watch in the world? Bulova Precisionist is that watch. Exclusive movements of the Bulova Precisionist break down the secondhand movements into 16 seconds per second, giving the secondhand a smooth moving appearance. Steel and titanium versions also available as well. Then you have the Accutron. I have one of those. I have a Precisionist too. Starting at below $600, gives you that high-end style, quality, and lifestyle without breaking the bank like some of those other high-end watches can. How about Citizen watches? You gadget junkie? Citizen, perfect for the gadget guy. Eco Drive technology converts light and energy, powering your watch perfectly and accurately. Need a timer for your barbecue cooking? Some Citizens have multiple timers along with alarms, multiple time zones. How about Philip & Company? Many high-end European watch companies use Swiss movements from a company called ETA. Philip hand assembles his watches personally, using those movements, hand-pick components, starting at $895. Philip's watch not only have an elegant European style, but they are affordable as well. All of his watches are serial numbered and hand-registered with Philip himself. Here's what you do. You go to StephenDiFranco.com. You pick out the watch you like. You call Steve directly, 440-943-2700. You tell him you're a barbecue brother or sister, and he'll give you the real discounted price of the watch. He's not allowed by the manufacturer to show the real discounted price on the website. Don't fall for it. Call him. 440-943-2700. Tell him you know me. Ask for Steve. Talk with Steve. You'll thank me later. John Marcus thanked me later. We're back to wrap up this train wreck of a second hour right after this.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Big B, Moonshine Band, let's go! I'm an outlaw. Give me 2 shots. We don't need a radio. Bring a jukebox for my outlaws. Bring me 3 shots. We can race hell before the speed stops. I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
My God, I don't have my freaking mic on.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Total power in one person's hands, not the American way. These damn bills that come out here all the damn time come out here at the last second, and I gotta try to figure out how to vote for my people. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sick of it. Every year we pass rules that stop each one of us. Enough! I feel like somebody trying to be released from Egypt. Let my people go!
I couldn't have said it better, sir. Couldn't have said it better. Yeah, I didn't have my mic on. What I was asking previous was, has there been a competition year at the American Royal where somebody has won both ends of it? The same year. Jennifer Brand, who was on a little bit earlier, yes, weighing in, saying in 1998 and 1999, Open Grand Champ was Three Little Pigs. And then the following year, in 2000, Invitational Grand Champion was Three Little Pigs. By the way, that's Chris Marks. You ever heard of him? They changed the rules for him. He's good. He was good. And then 2005, as I had called him, Mr. American Royal, Mike Davis from Lotta Bull, was the Open Grand Champion in 05 and was the Invitational in 2006. I'm talking about, like, if I went there Friday, would I be... Has there anybody that's gone the same year, won the Invitational, and turned around and did the Open and won it the same year? That's what I want to know. That's a feat. I'm not talking about stinky feet. I'm talking about a feat. Get that last show queued up for the replay here as we duck out. All right. Quite honestly, I've had enough of this mess. Special thanks to my show sponsors. I humbly apologize for what ended up being an atrocious second out. No safety net. Look, man, no hands. All the way back in the first hour, we talked with Jennifer Brand, Brand Solutions Group. May or may not be taking new customers. We talked with Michael McDermott, GetFiredUpFoods.com, SteakCookoffs.com. And, that's pretty much where the show was great. And then we fell off the proverbial cliff and never recovered after that. If you are interested in listening to the debacle after the fact, the podcast will be up in roughly an hour. The video will be up in roughly an hour on the YouTubes, and you'll see it on Outdoor Cooking Channel and my website a little bit later on tomorrow. A great show planned for you next week. We'll see how the guests line up. If you have raw cast iron it, re-season it each and every time. Little Pam, little Crisco, let it burn back in. Generations of rust-free service. September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe. Good night now.